Hey now, y'all. I'm just sitting in the house. I that episode had me a little peed off, so I had to go and put on Mel's Mrs. Santa to put me in a good mood, and I just put it on repeat and watched the video over and over and over and over and over again. And no, I couldn't put it on repeat, but I just kept rewinding it over and over and over again, so I can watch the video and giggle at Sugar Mama and get myself in a good mood because that episode, first of all, that mess that Chris Fletcher has said about that's probably going to ruin the whole trip or whatever, then why wasn't inviting Martell ruining the whole trip? Okay, well, let's get into it, y'all. It's Lil Paulette, and I am back with a review slash recap, probably just a review about some of the things that happened on last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let's get into it, y'all. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share the video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Gang, gang. And everything that I'm saying is alleged and in my opinion, and it's all fair use. All right, y'all. Let's get into the foolishness. So, of course, they was back on that BS. Mel made it very clear, MEL to NELL, and her husband that she didn't want to be paired up with Slowtail in any form, fashion, way, or whatever. She didn't want to do it. And they start off with Stormy and Tisha's faking like she don't trust Stormy, which don't make no sense when you the one that wrong Stormy. It should be the other way around. But Stormy was right there, ready to catch you. But then you, come on, Mel Martell. Mel already told you she didn't want to do this stuff. So Mel did exactly what anybody in her position would do, is fall to the ground and trust the ground more than she trusts Slowtail. She had everybody cracking up. And then he gonna have the nerve to throw in the father's card, the child's father card. Like, well, you better protect me because I'm your child's father. Just like a BI. You know you a band, Martell, for real. You really are. You really are. And I never did forget when you said on Queen Sheba when she asked you what kind of woman you was looking for, and you said a woman that will protect you and work hard for you. Like she out on the track. Like she a 304 and you a PIMP. That's not, it's supposed to be the other way around. A man is supposed to protect you and work hard for you, not the other way around. Woman's not supposed to protect you and work hard for you, bro. Ooh, you got it effed up for real. And also, Martell, if things are so coochie crunch between you and Mel, then why don't Coleslaw ever talk about it? Why don't she ever say, "Oh, they real good. Everything is good over here. We all a big happy family. We polying over here. We polyamorous over here. Like everything is good." Now, me and Mel and him and Mel might not be in a relationship actually, but you know, in poly, you don't have to be having sex with another person to be in a relationship. They could still be in a poly relationship because they will all be getting along and co-raising the children. Why don't we ever hear Coleslaw saying that? And why isn't Lil Jackie Chan ever over there with Mel? Why ain't Lil Jackie Chan visiting his brothers and sisters over there with Mel? If everything is just so great and she don't want to look weak. Y'all just a big old happy family over there, huh? Y'all just poly over there, huh? And I say polyamory, not polygamous, y'all. Polyamory, like I used to be, polyamorous, where both men and women can have as many partners as they so desire. Polyamorous, which means that Mel will be free to be with whoever she wants to. Coleslaw will be free to be whoever she wants to. And Slowtail will be free to be with whoever he wants to be with. But yet they all will still be together in some type of way, either as friends or as more than friends. So I ask yet again, why don't we ever hear Coleslaw talking about that? Because ain't no way, if it was so coochie crunch like you said, she would be keeping it to herself. I believe she would be trying to get some type of footage, and every time she went live, she would be talking about it. That, you know, everything was cool, everything was coochie crunch. Now maybe it's not coochie crunch with her, but you saying it's just coochie crunch with you. You got to be kidding me. She doesn't like you. Hardly any of us like you. I almost said nobody likes you. Hardly any of us like you. So she went through it with you, so I know she don't like you. So stop. So the rest of the cast was doing a little fake trust exercise. Oh, excuse me, guys. Fake trust exercises, and Keke came walking up. Why was Keke looking cute as hell? Why was Keke looking like that girl walking in there? Keke, you was looking good, girl. You looked good when you came walking up. And I see you lost that little bit of weight that you had gained. You looking like the old Keke. Go on, Keke. You still my girl. I don't care what happened. You still my girl. If everybody can mess with Kimmi all the way up for 6 seasons after all the stuff Kimmi been doing all these years and everybody sat around watching it making excuses for her, then ain't no reason for me not to be rocking with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you getting upset over what happened to you in a scene, and you can be mad at whoever you want, whoever that is. Don't nobody get to decide your feelings or how you should have felt and all of that stuff. Nobody. And whoever don't like it, that's just too damn bad. How about that? So Miss Keke, I just want to tell you, girl, you was looking good when you came walking up in that room. I noticed that Tisha actually smiled when Keke came in that room. Mm-hmm. While other people looked a little worried. I think Kimmi did too. Other people looked a little worried, but Tisha says she not really angry. I guess that's probably why. And she's just through with Keke. And I can understand that. Y'all can be through with each other. It is what it is. I get it. It's no big deal. But I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that I even though I said like I'm glad that y'all were through with each other, y'all are cousins, and I would really want to see you guys all get along. I actually want all of you ladies to get along, but I know that's probably impossible because then I go back to season 1 and I look at the first 2, 3 episodes. It's always been something there. Maybe not with you, but with Kimmi, she was throwing shots like from the beginning, and I do recall that Kimmi was the first person to bring up the issues in Mel and Martell's marriage, and then you brought it up afterwards. So, um, it's always been something there with you guys. You guys just don't like it when she returns the favor. And I was always Team Mel from day one. I wasn't one of those people who thought Mel was bougie or didn't like her in the beginning. It was always Team Mel. And I was always Team you too, Tisha. I liked you too. I just didn't like when you started playing the victim later on. Then, all the other things that you did. It's too many to name. It's just too many. I also feel like Nell, did not have to mention that Keke told her that Mel said to give her a call. All she had to do was say, Keke gave me a call. I feel like she did that because she felt like she was going to be in a hot seat and she wanted Mel to share the hot seat with her because we already know Mel already gets blamed for everything. So if she say that Mel told her to give her a call, then she would be sharing the hot seat with her because she already felt like she was sharing the hot seat. That's why she was quick to say that Keke couldn't stay there. But Keke was already good. Like I ain't planning on staying here anyway. Like so. And I love how Storm was like, she's staying with us. And like, yes, I love that. I love Keke and Stormy together. I love them as a dynamic duo. I love their friendship. I like them together. I don't care how they started off. People can start off not being friends and end up being the best of friends. A lot of times it's because they are so much alike that they don't like each other. They see things in each other that's really themselves. And then when they get through that, they notice that they really are alike. And it's a good thing, not a bad thing. And that's how I see them too. And My Little Pony and Lemonhead. Y'all say it's been a month and a half with the accepting of the apology thing, but let's go back to all the things that you guys have done and you didn't apologize. What about all the ganging up on Mel? What about bringing your brother on the show, attacking her mom? What about all of that? It still hasn't been an apology. And all the things that Tisha does that y'all make excuses for, all the things that Uncle Daddy Wanda does that y'all make excuses for. When she was talking about Sugar Mama, y'all kept making excuses for it. But then y'all wanted Martell to apologize to So Jr. about what he said about the 20 women, even though it was the truth that he said that he was with 20 women, but he had to apologize, and nobody has to apologize to Sugar Mama and Mel. Like, y'all with this selective outrage. Well, you know what? too bad. Be mad. Scratch your ass. Forget you. Forget you, Kimmy, with your fake phony self. And you too, Maurice, with your big lemon head ass. I can't stand either one of you. Now I'm gonna have to call bullshit on what you said when you said you ain't want nobody to fill out a place. You didn't want nobody to fill out a place except for Keke. And you don't have no issue with her filling out a place. Don't say you didn't want nobody. Then you turn around earlier. You told Chris that you was mentors for everybody. But then the second Tisha didn't even say anything, you was already quick. You already had made up your mind that you invited Keke just to tell her no, she couldn't come. That's what it looked like to me. You invited her just to say no, she couldn't stay there. Girl, go sit on a rotten egg. And Tisha, isn't this the same group of people that witnessed this girl assault me? Aren't you the same group of people that watched Martell assault Melody for 5 or 6 seasons? And y'all heard the revenge P plot and all of that stuff? Aren't y'all the same people? Hello, pot, this is Kettle. Hello, pot, this is Kettle. And it's black as hell. And I'm so lost how splashing some water in somebody's face is worse than all the stuff that Martell has done, and all of y'all rode for him for 6 seasons and watched him and helped him with that stuff. How is that worse than splashing water? I'm so tired of y'all with all of this holier than thou stuff, acting like Keke burned down her house, stole her bike, stole her man because she splashed water on her. Cut it out. Y'all are such hypocrites. Ugh. And Nell with all the heaving, crying, and all of that, acting like Tisha's some victim. But just a second ago, you told Melody to get with Martell, and you know how Martell is, and y'all all seen all the things he have done. I'm so sick of this cast. I don't know what to do. I'm about to stop talking about this mess with Tisha and them because I'm getting mad again, y'all. Nell, you had a soft spot for the person that you was automatically throwing out the house without inviting them. You invited her to the house just to throw her out. You a damn lie. I'm calling you a lie to your face now. That's a lie. That ain't no soft spot. You just temporarily felt bad because she had you on the phone. But the soft spot thing, I can't tell because you immediately threw her out with the bath water just like that. All because of the splash. And I understand. I'm not saying that Tisha should want to feel comfortable being around Keke or whatever. But at the same time, you were quick to do that. If y'all are there to work stuff out, work it out. She ain't staying there anyway. Work it out. You quit. She not gonna stay here. I'm gonna go fix it. Like Tisha, some damn victim. Tisha older than all of them in the house. She closer to you and Kimmy's age, but she in there acting like a baby, and y'all always babying her. And then you get mad when she act the way she act. And then now you're gonna turn around after Keke responds and say, this the energy you didn't want. You brought that energy out there when you came out in front of everybody and said, unfortunately, you ain't gonna be able to stay. And when she said she not gonna stay, you still wanted to go on. And I like that Stormy stood up and Keke stood up. That's what she's supposed to do. She not gonna let nobody dictate. That's why she already had did it herself. She's right. Why you think it's cool for everybody to have their say, but she can't have her say? You the one that pulled them to the side privately to talk to them, but then you come in front of everybody to talk to her. You wouldn't have had that energy if you had pulled her to private too to talk to her, but no, you wanted to make sure that you did you did it to her in front of everybody, and then you're gonna turn around and say you have a soft spot for her. I call bullshit. That's a lie. You're a liar. And I don't like that about you now. I don't like that. I don't like the things you've been doing to Mel, and I don't like the things you're doing to Keke right now. Don't like it. Thank you, Stormisha. Thank you, Stormy. Keep on being the girl I like. And Martell, oh, it's a violation to me if you knew. Mel says she didn't know, but what did you do? You kept on talking. You kept going on and on and on about it. She already told you she did not know. He talking about, oh, remember when I said I didn't get that? That's just the one side. Well, it's the same thing for us. You ain't getting the whole story. You started it with the one side. You and your wife, y'all started this by coming to Mel, telling Mel and Martell Keke's business. That was a one-sided thing. So you started it. So if Keke tells her side of the story, that's the other half. So that's bull what you're doing. And then Martell's like, oh, you talking about me, bro? Martell like, oh, what other side you talking about? What you talking about, bro? Martell put his hand on Marsau's shoulder, and Maurice came right behind him and removed his hand from his shoulder. They tried to move the camera, but we still saw it. He let them know. And remember, it was Mel's mom who let us know that when that stuff went down about Sugar Mama and Uncle Daddy, and Martell jumped in it, that it was Maurice that sucker punched Martell. But yet, I didn't see no vote about Maurice getting taken off the show. And he's the most boring person on there, but he still gets to stay. So why everybody talking about, oh, Keke losing her job. Keke splashed water. Keke shouldn't have did it. He sucker punched him. Miss Van told us. Yeah, Vanessa told us. I don't know why I keep calling her Miss Van. I'm so used to it, but we're around the same age, so it just feels crazy now that I know that we're the same age, and I've been calling her Miss. But anyway, yeah. So he snatched Martell's hand off the camera. They tried to edit it, but they weren't fast enough. And here go Miss Dustina Tisha. Marsau, did you ask Mel what did she do? What kind of woman asks some question like that? What are you? Wasn't that just Mel last week telling Marsau to leave you alone? Or was that was the last episode saying you didn't cheat, leave you alone, that sometimes it happens? Wasn't that Mel? And then you wonder why you get so much hate. This is why. This is why you are a mammy on the mountain. And Tisha was still saying stuff in the background. But Nell got so mad and so worked up that she started overpowering the conversation, and her and Martell going back and forth. But I'm just lost as to how you stand there, Chris, and let this man yell and scream at your wife like that. Ain't no way my husband would allow that. Not from his own brother. Not from his own blood brother. With the same mama and daddy. Ain't no way. You letting a friend do this with your wife? Ain't no damn way. This nigga be on the floor. Ain't no lie. He have taken accountability. It's cool. It's been 3 years, but you yelling and screaming. If you were so cool with it and you had taken accountability for it, you wouldn't be out here begging on every mountaintop for people to believe you that Mel cheated on you. Like, at the end of the day, as bad as you were, we hope that she did. We wish that she did. We wish that she had done it in your face. Because we know you can't bust a grape. We know you ain't beating nobody ass. So, unless it's a woman. So we already know. So at the end of the day, we don't give a damn. We don't give a fuck. We don't. We hope she did. And when somebody break up with somebody and they decide that they're done with them and they get an actual apartment and they move out and they calling lawyers, just because you don't know that they're calling lawyers don't mean they ain't calling lawyers. And just because you got something in your mind that you think when somebody moves out that means they're coming back, that don't have nothing to do with it. You can be with whoever you want to be with. And the person that is cheating definitely don't get to decide what you do when you leave. You definitely don't have a say-so in it. Oh, Ninja Turtle looking ass. Nell had to walk away because she said she will slap Martell in his face. I know that's right. Me too, girl. It's only but so much all that yelling and screaming in my face. I ain't taking that mess. I ain't taking it from no woman, and I damn sure ain't taking it from no dude. I'm going to push you. I'm going to do something. But that's okay because I got a husband that's Golden Gloves, and he will handle it for me. And look at Miss Kickball head ass Tisha. She was so grateful to come up and put that cape on for Martell to say, Mel has never admitted to anything wrong. Mel has definitely admitted to things wrong in her marriage that she could have done better. Where have y'all been? No, y'all only looking at those other lives. But when she's taking accountability, even on the show, y'all act like that didn't even happen. Yes, she has. But you was quick to put on that cape for Martell. Just like you just did a minute ago back there trying to get Marsau to calm down when Marsau was just defending himself. He wasn't really defending Mel. But you didn't like it because you saw it as defending Mel. But did y'all peep how when NELL asked MEL, Mel, did you cheat on him? And when Mel started talking, how Kimmi bent all over, turning all over like a little horsey. You know how the horse's face is to the side. That's how Kimmi looks, like a horse from the side profile. She also looks like it from the front when she has the hair covering the eye. But that's how the horse has hair on one side, the little bang coming down on one side. But when she turned to the side and she was looking over, y'all ain't gonna tell me she ain't look like My Little Pony. Cause she did. And look at how she just wanted to know, did you cheat on him, Mel? Now, I don't know if it's me, but do y'all hang out with girls and y'all hear things about them and y'all don't come back and ask them about them? Especially something like this, and y'all on this show and this whole pretense of this man is saying that, his whole thing is that she cheated with several guys, and you don't come back and ask your friend or tell your friend, at least tell your friend, not necessarily ask them, but tell your friend that he's saying this, in a ridiculous way, because the friend that they wouldn't cheat. But we all have friends who may tell you, male or female, that they do cheat. Like, so then they wouldn't have to ask you nothing. I mean, you wouldn't have to ask them nothing. You would just probably be quiet. But maybe that's how Martell's taking it when they don't defend Mel, that they're quiet because they think that she did cheat, or they know that she did cheat, according to him. I don't know. But I just want to know if y'all peeped that whole side view thing. She was all bent over. Whole face could have went down in the slot. You know how horses eat and stuff when they face go down. That's how she was, all turned over. This fool had the nerve to say, coming at me, hurting me, talking about my cheating, all the stuff you say. So basically holding him accountable, speaking on the things that he has done in public. In public. Ooh, I can't. And remember what I told y'all in my last video, how women are stronger than men? Prime example right there. You see, for babies, bringing up the things that they did, then that's hurting them. And that means you're taking the other person's side. Even though they told you they did those things. Even though they came to you and said, I messed up. Which we know Martell did. He told them a few times. He messed up, and we've heard him say all of these things. Now remember, in the beginning, he wasn't saying that Mel was cheating. It was only once he received the public backlash that he didn't know he was going to get. Once he received the public backlash, then all of a sudden she cheated. Not only did she cheat, she cheated with several men. So, again, let's talk about the ring last episode. Why would you have wishful thinking and wear a ring of a woman that gave you the ring, from this woman that cheated on you with several men, had a AB by another guy you claim when you knew it was yours? Another lie you did on her. You claim she been messing with all these men. She's hurting you. She's turning all these people against you. She's bullying you. She's doing all these things you claim she's doing. But you got wishful thinking to be back with this person. You are a fool. That's all I'm going to say. You are a narcissistic fool. And Nell, Nell, called it. She hit it right on the nose. Just because she can see the things that you did wrong does not mean that she don't like you or love you. Obviously she does, because it irritates the F out of me when you walked in that room and she said, hey, Martell. You don't know how much that irritated me, y'all. It irritated the F out of me. So obviously she does have love for you, or she wouldn't even take the time to go back and forth with you. Because the rest of us, I probably would throw sand in your face or some pepper in your eye. That's probably what I would do, because I don't really have love for you. I'm not really at the hate point with you. I used to be, but I always think about your kids, and because of the love that I have for your kids, it kind of stops me, but it makes me really, really dislike you a lot. You and your jack-o'-lantern-mouth ass hoe. I don't like her either. And also for you, Slowtail, to bring up her mommy weekend thing when she would go to the hotel. You allowed that to happen. If you thought that she was cheating, you would have put a stop to that. And the reason that I call it mommy weekends is because I used to do them when my kids were little. I used to book a hotel. Now, I didn't have it like Mel. I didn't get no masseuse and no chef. I didn't have it like that. But I would book a hotel where I could smoke at. And I would go to the hotel, sleep, because when you got little kids, they wake up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning when there ain't no school. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 5:30. But on school days, they asses they can't get up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my kids used to do this with me. And I used to be very anal, the type to do all this extra, scrubbing the floor with toothbrushes, all this extra mess, all into the PTA, working full time, going to school full time, didn't have a car, used to take 3 buses in the morning three buses and 2 trains. I had to walk a certain amount, take 3 buses and 2 trains when I had to go to class. The same thing on the way back home. And I worked and went to school. So my life was very busy. So I used to take these mommy weekends as well. And all I would do is go to the hotel, go to a nice hotel that allowed smoking. This was in the 90s, early 90s, when my kids were little. And I would get like whatever my favorite takeout was. I'm from Jersey, so it would be like some pizza from the best pizza spots, because Jersey pizza is banging just like New York. We right next door to each other. Or a sub, because subs in Jersey is just the shit too. I would get something like that. It wouldn't be nothing fancy, you know what I'm saying? And I would get something to drink. Most likely it wouldn't even be liquor. It would be like a soda, whatever my favorite soda was, because when your kids are little, they beg for everything. So I would have like a little 2-liter soda, probably a couple of little 2 liters, something to smoke. And I would be able to sleep in, eat when I wanted to, drink when I wanted to, get up when I wanted to. And just do that, for 2 days. And then I would come back home and be back a mommy again. I called it a mommy weekend. And I don't know. Sometimes I was married, because I was married before. I'm 52 years old. Sometimes I was married. Sometimes I wasn't. Sometimes I would ask my aunts to keep my kids. And I would go away and do that. It's just something you have to do. I didn't know about self-care, the term self-care back then. But I did that. You know what I mean? I would take a bubble bath and just watch what I wanted to watch, without no kids interrupting, no phone, Of course, I had my cell phone, but, it wasn't the same as with your kids there and, everything going on. Plus, I also had a lot of, side small businesses. I did Avon. Sometimes I did Mary Kay. I was always doing something, selling something, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, y'all. And just like a cheater, they will accuse you and say just because they didn't find out yet that you still did it. And I had one like that, a Pisces, and these Pisces, they are nuts. Let me tell you, most of them are nuts. I love them, but they nuts. And I had one like that, cheating, and just kept saying that I cheated too, and he just hadn't found out yet. And that's a typical cheater. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't care if it's male or female. I've heard cheating people that say stuff like that. Martell, if you had not had cheated, she would not have been at the apartment. Why do you keep on doing that? And any content creator or subby or whatever that keep on talking about somebody cheated when they left somebody just because they ended up back together, whatever the reason was, that don't mean they cheated. When people separate, nobody talks about what each other did. It's what you did when you were together, when you do a separation. That's why they have them. And I know that a lot of people that's saying this stuff, they ain't even never been married before. Yeah, I said it. Most of the people that's saying that Mel cheated have not been married before. So you need to shut the F up. And yep, I said that too. And if you don't like it, that's just too damn bad. Because you can't beat my ass, so. And there go Kimmi. She put the cape on for Martell this time. So when one spouse cheats, everything else is fair game. Yes, if you move out. Now, if you stay in the house with them and y'all decide that y'all working on your relationship, then no. Why are you leaving out the part that she moved out? She lived in a whole different fucking residence, Kimmi. I cannot stand you. This is what I'm talking about. All the passes, y'all let her go. Y'all let her go. And she could say all of this stuff, all of these seasons. She's been doing it. This is not the first time. She's been doing it since season 1. But it's always, I'm surprised at Kimmi. Surprised at Kimmi for what? Slow, like coleslaw say, slow. Yup, slow. Oh, I'm starting to get mad. Starting to get mad. Stormy was the only one. Stormy was the real one right there. Stormy was the one who kept it 100. Because we all know once a person leave, whatever they do is fair game. That's why they have things called legal separations. That's why you have to, in the state of Maryland, you have to, at least in my county, you have to be living apart for exactly 1 year without have had any type of um marital that stuff that married people do for a whole year in order for them to grant you a divorce. That's why they have legal separation. So whatever you do while you separated is what you do. So basically you think that you could sleep with whoever you want to, have several affairs on Melody. Melody moves out and she decides to go on dates, and if she slept with somebody or not, I don't know. Because Nell caught Chris, and then it took her 2 years to get back with him, and she said she didn't sleep with nobody. That Mel should have just sat around twiddling her fingers waiting for you. Just because Nell waited for Chris don't mean Mel waited for you. She don't have to, and there's nothing wrong with that. The person who cheated has no say so. You don't get to dictate anything. You are the cheater. And thank you, Stormy, for keep bringing it up. Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Because the reason that you're still being held accountable 3 years later is because you are not taking accountability, Slow Tell. Slow Tell. Kimmy, who is everybody? Who is everybody, Kimmy? Who is everybody that have to take accountability in the situation? Because I've heard Mel say several times that she could have listened more. I can't remember everything she said, but she did take accountability for things in her marriage. I'm so sick of you bitches on this goddamn show. I really am. I'm so sick of you bitches pretending to be this girl's friend, sitting up on her goddamn platform, always taking the side of a dusty ass ninja. I almost said it, y'all. I almost said it. Oof. And let me go back to something that I didn't like that Nell said. When Nell told Keke that she don't have anything against her, but she's building her relationship with her cousin. Okay, but Nell, you've already caught Tisha in a couple of lies. You've already confronted Tisha for things that you know that she said or done. And you said to Nell that to Mel, MEL, that you was good with a friendship with her. Even though we always see you with her on social media. So I'm confused. You trying to build a friendship with her, so that means you got to diss Keke? Why can't you stay neutral? I don't get it. If you're a mentor to everybody, that's what mentors do. They don't pick sides, especially after a person apologizes. And Chris, that's not her fault that they not accepting her apology. You've been watching this show for 6 seasons. You know that they ain't never accepted Mel's apology. Look at how many times Mel apologized to them when she didn't even do nothing half the times. God, the cast, y'all are sickening. It's crazy how we sit out here and we're not there, but we can recall all these things that have gone on. Y'all are sickening. Chris, you starting to get sickening, and you are too now. I'm starting to not like y'all. I'm trying not to hold this one episode against y'all, but both of y'all are getting on my nerves real bad. Peep Keke's face when that lady Shalane introduced herself and said she was a couples therapist and everything else in between, and then they played that music and they showed Keke's face. I did not like how Keke was kind of in the back by herself, and Tisha said nobody wants Keke there. I don't like when people do this to people. I remember in school when people would do this to people, I would always go be their friend and walk them around people and dare people to say something to them so I can punch them in their face. I can't stand stuff like this. It hurts my heart. Kimmy, you ain't got to worry about no horse doing nothing to you. They gonna see you as they can. You look just like them. They ain't gonna do nothing to you. You got that hat on, that whole side view thing you got going on. You know how horses look at you from the side and stuff. You look just like them. They not gonna do nothing to you, baby girl. Go on and jump on there. Be with your family. Be with your kin. That's your peoples. Go on and be with them, girl. I was feeling the therapist. She's very serene, very calming, like Kimmi was saying. But I'm still lost as to why Kimmi would be afraid of her own people. But hey, that's just me. Like she said, it's all divine appointments. And I guess she's saying the same thing that I believe in, which is there's no such thing as coincidences. Everything happens because it's supposed to happen, and it's just part of the domino or the path that you're going. It just is what it is. But do y'all ever notice that Kimmi have to turn on this little baby voice and do this little dance thing whenever she's talking to somebody that she likes or whatever? Like when she first got to the trip, she came in the kitchen and she said something, and then she did this little dance, and she always does this little baby voice, but she's like 54, 56 years old. I can't stand it. I have a cousin who does that. I can't stand it. So the therapist was saying that she could feel that the energy was tense and she wanted them to put it all out on the table. So Nell says, how she invited Keke and how she went to go talk to the couple personally. It's privately now. Privately. You went to go talk to them privately. And they have an issue with her being there. And again, it was Stormy who spoke up for Keke. Just like that other content creator said, there was no lies there. That it was just Stormy. Okay, just like at that barbecue. Just like she's already done a couple of other times in this same episode, in the last episode, the episode before that, and the episode before that. It is Stormy that's standing up for Keke. Let's just keep it 100. My goodness. And just like that, instead of Tisha talking, like she said, the cousins need to have a conversation. Bottom Rosso had to speak for Tisha. And that's the whole problem. Tisha and Keke need to talk, not Tisha's husband. I can't imagine my husband going to talk to one of my cousins for me, no matter how close they are, if me and them is falling out. And my husband is arguing with them. First of all, my husband ain't gonna argue with my cousins. Stuff is crazy. Keke, I feel like people do know from us watching 6 seasons of the things that Tisha has done and also on her social media. I feel like people do know. But now that people are mad at you because you had an issue with Mel and you felt blindsided or whatever it is that you told Anthony that you felt or your mother felt or whatever it was, people act as if friends don't have disagreements or whatever, or they don't have arguments or whatever it is, fallouts. Friends, that does happen in friendships, and somebody can be Mel's friend and they can be mad at her too. She is not like, what is that, infallible. Like, she can offend somebody too. I can offend somebody. You can offend somebody. Just may not be on purpose, but it still can happen. And if Keke got upset with Mel, then she got upset with Mel. Oh well, I don't mean I'm not gonna like her no more because she got upset with Mel. So what? You can get upset with my daughter and I'm not gonna not like you no more because you got upset with my daughter. And Mel is old enough to be my daughter, or young enough to be my daughter. She really is. She's young enough to be my daughter. So don't act like I don't know, because I do have daughters her age. I have one that's her age. I have one that's a little bit younger than her. And I have one that's she's still in her 20s, creeping out of her 20s too soon. So I do know what I'm talking about. I have been there. And my kids, they do have friends that I'm close with, that they've had falling outs with. Even my daughter, I had to stand in the middle of my daughter because she was trying to beat up one of her friends and I wasn't going to let her. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, I know. And here go Marsau again, throwing Mel under the bus. 2 years ago, Mel would have said, I said what I said. Y'all are the ones who assume that she did something that she didn't do. Why is it Mel would have said, I said what I said 2 years ago? You made the assumption. Oh, well, she stopped and said, nope, let me see. Why do she have to do all of that? Because your wife is a baby? God damn, y'all are so sick. I cannot. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all straight up. I don't think that I can do this show no more. After the reunion, I don't think I could do it no more. I'm probably going to lose my subscribers. And we got to find something else to talk about. Y'all give me some suggestions in the comments, please. Please drop down in the comments and give me some other shows to talk about, some other suggestions that y'all want to hear about. Y'all want to hear my commentary or my opinion on. Please, because I can't do this. I can't do Love and Marriage Huntsville. Wait, what are you talking about? Tisha forgave quickly. She didn't have nothing to forgive. You guys assumed that Mel did something that she did not do. Y'all was wrong. While I agree that Keke and Tisha need time, the way that Nell is saying it, like Tisha and Mel had more time, they didn't have more time. Keke has known Tisha longer, and they've gone through a lot more than Mel and Tisha have gone through. And they have a tighter bond. They're blood related. They were damn near best friends from 14 and up. Their bond is a little bit deeper, and their stuff cuts a little bit deeper than her and Melody. Melody was just a friend, and probably not even really a friend. She was more like the wife of their friend. Well, Marcel, if it could be considered an abusive relationship with Tisha and Keke, then you guys started it by going behind her back and talking about her and telling Martell and Melody, Holt at the time, her business. And when she retaliates, then it becomes a abusive relationship. No, bro, That means you and your wife are the abusive ones. And she just responded. Just because she got the TV, got the water splashed on her on TV. But what about all the years all this stuff was going on? This show has been on for 6 seasons. And for 6 seasons, y'all literally was trying to keep Keke off. Tisha only brought her on when she wanted her to come for Kimmi. Let's not forget that. Y'all are users and abusers. But when somebody claps back, then it's an issue. Tisha is not a victim. And all that God said go stuff, I remember you put something on Instagram or Twitter, Marsau, talking about God said go, laughing. Oh, and you was making fun of Melody, and you said how she don't have no friends because God told her to go. God didn't tell her to go. God told y'all to go. It was either you or Martell who posted something like that. But I remember you giggling and laughing, and you even having that whole quote up, God said go. So come on. You like to get in the middle of women's stuff. When women are going back and forth with each other, you like to get in the middle of it like a bee. Just like Stormy said, that's what you are, a bee. That's right, Keke, tell the truth. You apologize for what you did, but you're not sorry. I'm not sorry you did it. And I'm not one of them people talking about you wrong. I'm still standing on that. I'm more like Wanda in that instance where I feel like you could slap her or whatever. Well, me and Wanda got the same birthday. We both Leos. We both protected. We both crazy in our own way. I just ain't that crazy as Uncle Daddy now. But I am in other ways. Yeah, guys, so Keke was feeling attacked. She was feeling defensive. That's why she responded like that. And then the therapist, when she made that comment about 70 and 100, I guess she was referring to Keke. But at the same time, I'm a coach. I'm not a therapist, even though I did go to school for psychology. But I do know that when people feel defensive, on the defense, that's how they respond. It's only natural. Like, I feel like if it was Karamo would have been like, I understand why you're on the defense, Keke, but blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm sure it was edited because it did look edited, but I did want to make that point. But that's it, y'all. That was the end of the episode. That's my commentary on it. It was crazy. It was a pretty good episode. Seemed like they just dragging this trip out, I guess. They dragging it and dragging it and dragging it. But what I didn't really like is, all the comments that Chris Fletcher was making about Keke. I expect Tisha and Marceau to make them, but I didn't like Nell and Chris kind of jumping on the bandwagon, acting like she really two-piece Tisha or something. Like, I don't know. I don't see it as such a big deal because it didn't happen to me. That's probably what people saying, but it's still water and it's still my cousin, and I watch reality TV like everybody else, and we see people throwing bottles and drinks and scrapping since the beginning of time. And again, Maurice sucker punched Martell, one of the EPs and creators of the show. Well, I ain't gonna call him a creator, but he was the husband of the creator of the show. He sucker punched him. Wanda tried to hit Mel. She wasn't off the show for that. She was off the show for Sugar Mama. Okay? So I'm tired of the hypocrisy. I'm sick of it. I am. But y'all, it is Christmas Eve. And I'm about to put Mel back on. And when Santa comes to town. All day I was singing, jingling all the way, jingling all the way, jingling all the way, when Santa comes to town. I know I can't sing, but I still be doing it, don't I? All right, y'all. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all so much. If you stayed all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Gang, gang. Peace.